What do you do when you have high expectations for yourself and you don't know where to start? What do you do when you're coming to this country for the first time and you have no idea how to speak the language? You want to start a business, but you have no idea how to start even the beginnings of a business plan. When you don't know better, it's hard to do better. And so for us, I believe that it was our job and our mission to collectively teach people how to fish. Because if you teach someone how to fish, you actually help them for a lifetime. But you don't just help them, you help their entire family from generation to generation.
Around the world, the American dream is understood to mean that the United States offers everyone the opportunity to achieve prosperity and success, if they are willing to work hard for it. But for most of our history, that opportunity has not been afforded to everyone. Black and brown citizens are still routinely discriminated against. Women of all races continue to earn less than their male counterparts, and immigrants are often feared and thought of as a burden rather than a blessing. These national systemic failings are no less stubborn here in Rochester. Mayor Warren's equity and recovery agenda seeks to reverse that trend by harnessing the power of education, embrace cross-cultural understanding, and help build sustainable wealth and prosperity within communities that have historically been shut out of the American dream. The ERA agenda recognizes that the best way to break the cycle of inequity and poverty is to give people the tools they need to build and maintain wealth. That's why the city's Office of Community Wealth Building continues to help families with financial planning and provide funding and/or startup assistance to local businesses.
Our job is to help residents build wealth. Most people think that money is the barrier to progress. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. If we gave every resident of Rochester $1 million, a significant proportion of them will be back in a broke state, right, within their lifetime. And it's because it's not just money. Knowledge networks, or knowledge and know-how, and support networks are important.
The team provides a one-stop shop for individuals and startup businesses to build financial know-how and support networks through individual coaching and financial assistance. Cassandra Bradley, now a successful realtor, overcame significant personal hardships before setting her life straight.
I was never a juvenile delinquent, but I was in places like Hillside from ages like 13 to 17. So for a big chunk of my childhood, I was in like non-secure detention centers, stuff like that. So that's what actually got me to Rochester.
Thanks in no small part to the resources the program provides, she has started her own independent real estate business.
The Office of Community Wealth Building was a big help in my business. From helping me write the business plan, to venting, to having my mentor, they helped me out a lot, quite a bit.
The hard work paid off.
So I just received a grant for my business. I'm really excited about that grant. And if it wasn't for the Office of Community Wealth Building, I don't know if I would have received that grant.
People like Sandy, who has a great story and a great personality, coming to our community and having a dream and saying, listen, I want to do this, but I need a little bit of help. And then excelling, because we've been able to not only create the stairway, but also help her walk up that stairway.
The Office of Community Wealth Building is looking to help even more families by expanding into urban agriculture. The forthcoming Rock City Homegrown program repurposes available city land for farming and provides assistance to residents who want to grow their own food or start a small food business.
We see this as a launch pad where you build the capabilities of urban farming, cooperative economics, and entrepreneurship. Growing your own food is like printing your own money. Well, if you're able to eat, you're not going to do illicit activities to feed your family because you can eat, because you have the tools to grow your own food. The thought around Rock City Homegrown was that if you inculcate these capacities, they can cooperate. So cooperative economics is a core component of this program where you teach people how to each grow what they want to grow, and then they trade or they sell.
The program holds particular promise for Rochester's large and growing immigrant communities.
Many people have come here from other countries. They are used to farming the land, and we have vacant land in our community.
The Equity and Recovery Agenda recognizes that the cultural diversity immigrants bring to their adopted home enriches the quality of life for the entire region. Therefore, it is vital to welcome newcomers and build bridges into the wider community.
I'm the child of an immigrant, and when I think about the struggles that my father had coming to a strange land, the struggle is trying to, number one, learn the language. Where do I go? How do I overcome that barrier? And if I want to start my own business, how do I get access to capital? If I want to go and get higher learning and receive higher education, is there a place where I can receive financial aid? I don't want to lose my identity in trying to become and live this American dream, but I also want to see how to take advantage of the opportunity that I have been afforded.
The New Americans Advisory Council was created to provide those who are making this country their new home with a voice and direct access to city government and local resources so that they can better navigate in their adopted community. Bazaya Kudka serves as the council's founding chair.
We have people from all around the country. We have Nepali-speaking people, Burmese, Somalis, Sudanese, Congolese, and Karenni people. Rochester is like a small world where we have people from all different nations, and we usually find ourselves help and try to help each other within our own community.
Part of the council's mission is to make sure immigrant communities know about the basic services that are available to them.
I remember a couple years ago, we had a rash of violence against our Nepalese and Bhutanese communities. And we said, we haven't received any calls to 911. And, they said, well, in our country, we don't call the police. We don't call the police because we have to pay for it. They didn't understand that they have a right to safety. There are cultural and institutional barriers that new Americans come to our country with that we need to not only explain, but help them overcome so that they feel comfortable living the American dream.
It's been a tumultuous year, a devastating global pandemic. Community outrage not seen in decades had brought Rochester to its knees. But as has often happened in our city's past, tough times have offered us new opportunities to reinvent ourselves. The Equity and Recovery Agenda is a bold and sincere approach to finally right the wrongs of our past and create pathways to justice and prosperity for everyone.
The challenges that this entire year has brought to bear, it showed us at our worst, but it also showed us at our best. So although we have challenges, we recognize that our opportunities are even greater. And as a city of Rochester, we will build upon our strengths. We will make sure that we do it in a way that everyone gets an opportunity to live to their fullest potential. And we will do it in such a way that generations from now, they will look back at this moment in time as a defining moment, and they will say, we got it right.
To learn more about Mayor Warren's Equity and Recovery Agenda and download the full plan, visit www.cityofrochester.gov/SOTC2021.